This is Roger with Crosscut in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this van. It is a 2012 Ford E350 extended version. It is a 1-ton van. It's a 5.4 liter gas V8. It has the extended cab, and it has 37,000 miles on it. It was a government vehicle that was managed by Enterprise. So when the government's done with it, they give it back to Enterprise, and Enterprise gets rid of it, and we bought it from Enterprise. And being a government vehicle, of course, they put brand new Michelins on it, because why not have Michelins on a car that's not being driven hardly? I mean, look at these things. Absolutely. You want to know where your money is? There it is. Set of Michelins. It doesn't need a set of Michelins, but it has one. It has a nice set of Michelins. Anyway, these vehicles are always really well maintained because, of course, it's not their money, so they just do the oil changes and treat them like they're the frickin', you know, like a show car when they're a van. And apparently they didn't drive this one very much. The other thing that they did is, at some point, they got in the back of the van and removed seats, and then, of course, put the wrong seats back in it. I will show you what I'm talking about. So you have these seats with a little tear on this one. You have these seats up front that are tan, and then the two in the way back are gray. That's government work, right? Okay. You have rear air conditioner. You got some cup holders that stick out of the sides over here. Speaker. Yeah, I mean, it's just a clean van. There's not a whole lot to describe here because it's pretty plain, which I think is good for this type of thing. The plainer is better. When we get them in, I put them up in the air on our 4-post drive-on lift and pressure spray them, clean them up really good underneath so we can see exactly what's going on in the undercarriage. This thing looked like you would expect. Very little use. It looked great. Has a nice tow package too, which is kind of cool. I don't know what they were towing. But you got the plugs here, right? And if you wanted to add another bench, these are the bolts for them. Just very simple. If you bought a bench, you just bolt them in. Some mats for the front. I didn't put them up there because they're still a little damp. It just came back from detail. Oh, you got a lock switch here. Aha. They take that thing out of there so they can't get screwed by it. I better make sure I didn't lock myself out, right? All right. I mean, there's really not much going on here that is negative. It's actually a hell of a car right here. All right, the mileage reads 32,580, not 35. It's 32,580. Let's see if I can get some shade on here for you. There you go. So there's your gauges and everything. 32,580 miles. That is insane. It's a 2012. Wow. And they've been paying a fortune for it, I'm sure, to Enterprise. Anyway, all right. So people ask us how we get our prices. Here's how we do it. We did get comps. This is an example of our comps from Car Gurus. Very hard to find anything under 60,000 miles. In fact, I couldn't. This is a 2010, 2 years older, with 62,000 miles. So we're at 662 right there. A fair deal is 22,850. So 30,000 plus miles less and 2 years newer. Obviously, it's worth 25, 26, somewhere in that area. Here's a 2012 with 67,992, almost 68,000 miles. A good deal is considered 21,695. So what's that 30,000 miles worth? It probably brings it to 25, 26 at least. So there's that. This is what we call Manheim Market Report. Basically, it's what dealers pay for a vehicle at auction. They get an average of what dealers are paying. Lately, the lowest mile was 113, okay? But what you do is you punch in 32,577, and it gives you an adjusted Manheim Market Report, MMR, of 19,950, with an estimated retail value of $28,200. Okay, that's that. We also do a auto check, all right, which is a vehicle history report. There's your VIN. It says one owner. I wrote over it, but it says government use. It says it more in the report too. Gives you a rating of 90 on a 72 to 85. They give it a 90. Pretty good. There's no brands. There's nothing going on here. No accidents reported. Odometer's fine. It says usage government. Okay, which is always good because they have all the money and they spend it on stuff that doesn't make sense, like Michelin's on a vehicle they're not driving. All right, there's your hood stamp and your stamp on the fenders, blah blah blah. I saw them a little while ago. I can't find them now. Not much to report here. Very boring underneath here, but you got your catalytic converter information, emissions information right there. I'm glad I own this thing, but when I'm in it, it makes me mad. Because that's, I mean, what a waste of money. They should have got rid of this a long time ago, and they should have never put another set of Michelins on it, and put the right color seat in the back. But this is why you don't do things with them, because they don't do things right. All right, so there you go, 32,580 overdrive. There's your overdrive right here, off. Okay. I don't know what these auxiliary switches don't do anything, I don't believe. There's no lights or anything on the vehicle. I think they're just there for if you want to add it. Do this. Turn the air conditioning on. You've got the rear air. I've already ran it. It runs great. It's already blowing cold, and it's like a hurricane in here. So I'm gonna turn it all off because it's blowing too hard.
Individuals in
radio. There you go. You got an MP3 CD player. Blah blah blah. You got cruise control. You got a tilt wheel right here, right? Windshield wipers. What else you got? What else you got? Oh, mirror. Out, in, up, and down. Other side. Out, in, up, and down. They always move fast when they're not used. The motors are in good shape. There's your window. Up and down. Up and down. Door locks. There you go. Like I said, there's that tear in the seat over there. Gosh, that's about it. All right, let's go for a ride. First of all, let's go up here. I'll give it a little reverse, show you reverse. And there's reverse, right? All right, now I gotta move my seat up a little bit, I'm short. All right, if you come to Tucson and drive this vehicle home, you'll pay the following. You'll pay your state tax rate plus our city tax of 2.7% and a $250 dock fee. If you pay by wire and ship out of state, all you're gonna pay is agreed upon price, and that's it. No tax, no dock fee, nothing. Once we receive full payment by wire, we will fill out the title with your name or your company's name and address. We will sign it off to you, scan it into your online file, and mail it to you. Even scan in the envelope we mail it in. You will have the van shipped to you. The title will already be in your mailbox when the shipper shows up, and you'll just go to Motor Vehicles with the title in the van and get plates. Very simple. I gotta be careful here. We had tons of rain, and there's huge potholes here. So I kind of gotta, look at that one. I gotta straddle them or I'll crush the suspension here. All right, one more. There we go. That's Tucson for you. Let's see. If you need help with shipping, please let me know. At the time of the transaction, we can roll the price of the shipping into the price of the vehicle, so you make one payment for both. If you need help with shipping, let me know so that I can get it done for you quickly. If you're able to do it yourself, that's fine. We just obviously want you to have your van quickly. But you spent a lot of money and you want your van. So I'm pretty good at it, but if you know how to do it, you're welcome to do it yourself. That'd be great. Deposit's $500. Once we have a deposit, we have a deal. Until then, it will stay for sale. So please make sure you get your deposit in, okay? God, this thing is, it's what it is. It's a 32,000 mile van. Until we have that deposit, by the way, it will stay for sale. So make sure you get your deposit in. People will be on this thing pretty heavily. We've only had maybe 5 or 6 of these ever, because they're really hard to buy, especially with no miles on them. And this is really low miles on them. Very hard to find them like that. I'm sure this is going to attract a lot of attention. Plus, our prices are going to be really low, which attracts attention on top of the mileage. So make sure you're ready to fire. If you're serious about it, you make an offer and we accept it, get your deposit in, because it will stay for sale until we get that, all right? I'm going to hop on I-10 here real quick. This van will probably be going on I-10. You might as well get it on a highway, right? So, of course, a little red light. Let's see if we can, like, kind of... No, I don't think I want to get hit by that guy. So, here we go. Anyway, let's see. Last part of every video, I say the same thing, and I will for this one, even though it's kind of silly on a 32,000 mile van. But we don't have salesmen. We don't have bottled water with our name on it. We don't have an attendant serving scones and lattes in our lounge. We don't have a game room. They've got one of those at the Auto Mall here in Tucson now. We don't have fancy pavement and fountains and, you know, all that crap. When you go there, you have to pay for that every time you buy a vehicle. So it's not necessarily a good thing. I wish this guy would go a little faster, but I got to get off on Ruthroff to get back to my shop. Here we go. Except I see a cop up there. Anyway, we don't have all that stuff, so we can save you some money, all right? When we save you money, we expect you to spend it on anything that breaks on your vehicle, regardless of when you get it. If we wanted to, we could charge quite a bit more money, and then when you called us and said a window motor is broken, we would say, fine, yeah, here's some money, fix it. Instead, we give you the savings up front. So, if you'd like to add $2,500 to our negotiated prices, you may have a year warranty, okay? But you don't need one. Just keep it out of the wash. Don't hit a car. Don't wreck. Don't do anything stupid, and you'll be fine. This thing will go forever. Great motor. 5.4 has been around forever and ever. And they're fantastic motors. And this thing's in great shape. But it doesn't mean it's not going to break. There's not a single car out here that doesn't. So if it does break, you've saved a bunch of money, fix it. Okay? Do not call us and say, I need a check, because you're not going to get one. That's the only caveat to doing business with us. You get a great video, you get HD quality freaking photo gallery, you get the auto check, you get everything we know about it, what we've done, what we haven't done, what might need to be done, things to look at that are important, we think. In exchange, you have to be the owner on day one. All right, enough of that speech. This thing's great. I mean, you know, it's a 1 ton, which means there's real stiff of suspension, which is why it has a nice little toe setup on it. But it doesn't drive like one. It drives more like a 250 or a 150, really. It's a nice ride. And these videos can be 17 minutes and 38 seconds long on YouTube, which is a weird number. We have no idea how that came to be, but that's what they've granted us. And so at 17 minutes and 38 seconds, I disappear. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep driving, and you can check out what's happening. Unfortunately, that light turned red, and that light is a long red light. I wish I could keep going that way. It's more fun, but we're going to turn right here. We'll go by the fire department and by a school at some point. So we got some traffic coming here. It's kind of cool you got all this stuff. So this is probably trailer stuff. I have to look into that manual, check it out. I'm assuming there's a manual in the glove box. I should have looked. Maybe if I just have enough time at the end, I can open up the glove box and see if the manual's in there. There's your fire station. So right now we're facing directly south. The border, Mexican border, is about, they always say about 65 miles. It's more like about 45 miles. More fibbing on math. But so, yeah, 45, 50, depends on where you're at exactly. But Nogales is directly that way, about 45 miles. Four-way stop. You can go. You can go. I can go now. Don't want to hit that trailer with all that crap on it. Yikes. Yeah, no, this is an impressive vehicle. I'm actually really surprised we were able to buy it. I think it was a little bit late in the day, and I think most of the people with the real money had already left already, and then there was me. And then I saw the miles, and I said, oh my God, and here we are. So my brother's in charge of the pricing, and I'm gonna guess he's gonna put it somewhere around 26 or 7, 26, but maybe a little less, who knows, I don't know. It's, you're not gonna find one anywhere else, and we're gonna run out of time before I can check in that glove box for the manual. Manuals are like $10 online if you need one, if there's not one in the glove box. I should have looked. All right, let's see. Get some gas. Anyway, we're out of time here in about 4 seconds. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great